Hey Cancer, welcome to your weekly forecast for April 27th through May 3rd. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here, see what messages are coming up for you this week, and then we're going to pull a spirit card for you guys, a spirit message from this lovely oracle deck here. So without further ado, my dears, we're going to jump right on in here. I do apologize for the late video post. If you guys have been following the Amethyst saga, both of my recorders burned out on me within hours of each other, and I'm working on a borrowed phone. Everything is super slow right now. Private readings are delayed, video weekly posts are delayed, social media posts are delayed. I'm really behind, but I'm supposed to be receiving a camera this evening, so hopefully it'll get delivered and I'll be able to figure out how to use it and get caught up. But in the meantime, let's see what's happening in the week ahead. Thank you for your patience in waiting for this to get posted. All right, so y'all have Page of Cups. This is definitely water sign energy, Cancer, and you are obviously a water sign, and this is going to be water sign energy. So Page of Cups can indicate a new exploration, something that you're wanting to brighten your day. You're wanting to have a little bit of positivity in your life. You're needing someone to put some pep in your step. So some of you might be embarking on some kind of new hobby or new interest that is making you happy or is serving as a bright spot in your day. Now, if you watch my videos and if you follow my readings, you may have heard me say about the Page of Cups. This is a card that comes up that tells me that someone's heart chakra is beginning to open up. So if you've been really working on your heart chakra, if you know that it's been closed and you've been actively working on it, this card is letting you know that you're doing a good job, that the heart chakra is opening up, right? Even if you haven't been actively working on it, but you've just been asking to receive, your heart chakra is opening up. Your angels and guides are helping you open up that heart chakra so that you can receive, whether it's abundance with your finances or new friendships or love life or improvement in an existing relationship. We cannot have any of those things come in unless the heart chakra is open. So Page of Cups tells me heart chakra is opening. Now, this is wonderful news, but you have to keep in mind that in the beginning, if you don't know what's happening, you might not realize it's good news, and you might be tempted to close the heart chakra again. Because when the heart chakra first opens, we might feel a little bit overwhelmed by emotions. We might catch ourselves crying really easily at like a song on the radio or something we saw on the television or like something in a commercial, or we may feel like really deeply moved by something, or someone might say something and we feel so hurt by it, or we just like feel how strongly we love somebody and we feel like, whoa, like it's scared that I love this person so much. These are things that happen, sensations we experience when the heart chakra is opening up. And it can be tempting to really kind of close down and say, I don't want to feel this way. But Spirit just wants to let you know it's not going to be this way forever. Your emotions are not going to feel this intense forever. So if you can just kind of write it out for a little bit, it'll go back to normal again, right? Where you'll still have feelings, you'll still have emotions, but you're not like crying at things in the commercials or songs on the radio or feeling strong emotional feelings to like things people say or do. So don't say it as like, oh my gosh, why am I being so sensitive? Or don't see it as a bad thing. See it as a good thing. That, oh, my heart chakra is opening up. Wow, this feels kind of intense. But if I'm a little bit patient, if I write it out, if I let myself acknowledge and feel these feelings, it'll balance out and the feelings won't be as intense. Keep in mind, my dears, this is happening so that you can receive something you've been trying to manifest. It's a really big deal. It lets us know that something is getting unblocked. Energy is moving and flowing. Also, anybody who's been asking, how do I raise my vibration? That's a very common question. I get it all the time. People ask us a lot. How do I raise my vibration? By doing things that bring you happiness and a sense of fun. You can raise your vibration coloring in a coloring book or blowing bubbles. You can raise your vibration by watching a comedy. You can raise your vibration by going on YouTube and watching cat videos if you're a cat video person. You don't have to do anything super complicated or do like this massive meditation. Meditation will raise your vibration. If you enjoy meditation, by all means, you know, embrace it. But if you don't know how to meditate, if you're new on the path, know that all you simply need to do to raise your vibration is just do things that are bringing you a sense of joy, a sense of happiness, okay? And that's what Page of Cups is encouraging you to do this week. Your next card here, my dear Cancers, is the Hanged Man. Now, Pisces also had this card come up, and if I'm not mistaken, I believe it also came up as their second card. If anybody of you watched the Pisces video, you'll have to let me know if the placement was in exactly the same place as you guys. But I really do feel like with the Hanged Man here, this is something you need to keep in mind, that your heart chakra is open now. And so now you're like ready to receive or move forward. But the Hanged Man says there's going to be a little bit of a pause. And it's not in a negative way. Don't get all mad or upset or discouraged or disappointed. Because the reason why the Hanged Man comes up, you guys have to keep in mind it's a major arcana card. And anytime we have a major arcana card coming up, there's some divine intervention going on. There's a crossroads, there's something very significant to our life purpose, our life path, something that we're learning, something that we came here to accomplish. So it's really big energy, right? And we're going to experience the crossroad in different ways. And the Hanged Man crossroad lets us know that there's a little bit of a pause. A little, universe is putting you on a little bit of a timeout. Not to punish you, not because you've been naughty, not because there's anything wrong with you, but because your order's about to get put in. Your delivery is about to be made. And the universe is like, are you sure this is what you want? Take a moment. Get in touch with yourself, do a little bit of self-reflection, and think about this. What have I been putting out there? What have I been trying to manifest? My heart chakra is opening up. I'm about to receive it. Is it really what I want? Or am I still like reciting the same Christmas wish list from when I was 5 years old? Sure, some of that stuff might be really cool and really neat, right? But if it's been 20, 25, 30, 45, 50 years since you wrote that list, some of that stuff might be out of date. Right? So this card is asking you to come out of autopilot. This card is asking you to do a little bit of an inventory. What is it that I've been asking for? How am I living my life in alignment with what I'm trying to call in? And do I really still want that thing? Or is this thing really going to bring me what I think it's going to bring me? Or am I focused or hung up on an illusion of something? Or am I putting my energy or my focus on something that's not what I think it's going to be? And if you're not sure, ask your angels and guides to help you. You know, say, hey, you know, I'm opening up to look at the situation. Help me to see what I'm missing. Help me to realize what you're wanting me to realize by giving me this timeout. The sooner you do this, the shorter the timeout's going to be. I can promise you that. Okay? Your next card here is the Wheel. And that's very fast moving energy. Okay? The Wheel is getting unstuck. The Wheel is moving forward, moving on. It's moving away or out of karmic cycles and patterns. The Wheel is very fast moving energy. Now, I feel with the Wheel, when the Wheel comes up, it lets us know that you might be coming into abundance, like this really big burst of abundance. Typically, I see it come up in terms of abundance when somebody is doing something with self-employment or independent contract type work, where something might move forward very quickly and you might have some good stuff coming in, right? But especially if you're new on this path of self-employment or independent contract work, you have to think about it as like a brand new farmer who just started farming. He or she may have certain plots of land seeded and planted, right? And they may have been really kind of working really hard to get those crops going, and they may have a harvest. The season came for that crop, they harvested it, and now that season is over, right? And so they might have to take that time and say, what can I plant so that next time when the season is over, I can just pick up for the season of this crop, right? It takes time to get business set up to where, you know, your January people are going to come back in April, right? So what are you going to do February and March, right? So it takes time for you to have the constant flow. But what the wheel says is that if you're wise with the money that's coming in, with the abundance that's coming in, when you have slow periods, it's going to be a piece of cake. You're not going to have anything to worry about, right? You're like, okay, cool, I get to rest for a little bit. Sure, I'll do some work so that I can keep generating work, and I can, put my seeds in the soil so things will grow, and I won't have so much downtime. But you also have some rest time to take advantage of, to rest, to recharge, to rejuvenate here. So it's just basically asking you, if you don't let that money burn a hole through your pocket and go blowing through it like crazy, when things are slow, you're not going to be worried. You're going to be good, right? So it's a little bit of a heads up from the universe for those of you that you are doing something in terms of self-employment or some kind of a project, or you have had good luck or positive things happen with some kind of a side hustle while you've been on some kind of a furlough or out of work, and you're debating, should I go back to my job, or should I just tell them that I'm not coming back when they tell me to come back, and should I just keep doing this thing? The wheel card says that if you can manage what's coming in and be responsible with it, then by all means, yeah, you don't have to go back to some pay like a paycheck kind of job. But like the wheel, you got to keep moving. That's the thing. You got to keep moving. You got to keep busy, and you got to be smart with what's coming in. And if you can do that, then that's the recipe to succeeding. Your next card here is the Six of Cups. So again, some of you maybe are being called back, and you might be thinking, should I go in this new direction or should I go back? Six of Cups is also a card where some of you maybe are feeling a little bit sentimental about the past. So some of you, as the heart chakra is opening up, you may be taking a trip down memory lane. You may be having a lot of memories. I want to address those of you Cancers that are having a more recent awakening with the Six of Cups, because when we're newer on the spiritual path and we're just kind of just barely beginning to wake up and the heart chakra is opening, it can be very overwhelming. And what people don't tell you about being enlightened or being awake is the first kind of couple stages is you begin to see people around you and you feel kind of grossed out by some of their decisions or their behaviors. You begin to feel like you don't align with them anymore. And then the next phase from that is you're like, holy moly, there's people around me that are really just kind of a mirror for myself and the way that I've been behaving or the beliefs that I've been holding on to. And so when you reach that stage, it's very easy to fall into the trap of beating yourself up, of feeling guilt, of feeling shame. And so Spirit is saying, don't do that. Don't do that, Cancer. Understand and know that you did the best you could with what you had, with the tools that you had. It's like a fish that was born swimming in muddy water. The fish doesn't know it's in muddy water until it ventures out farther enough to get to where the water is clearer. And then they're like, holy crap, how did I ever live in that muddy water? How did I ever feel happy being in that muddy water, right? You don't know. You don't know because you're born into it. So you can't beat yourself up for that. You can't judge yourself. You can't put yourself down. You got to go easy on yourself. So if you're in that stage of awakening, remember that. I didn't know any better. The same way if you have a kid, if you're a parent and your kid is just learning how to write and they come home and they wrote cat, K-A-T, I hope to God you're not going to say, why did you use a K, you stupid idiot? Cat doesn't start with a K, it starts with a C. If you're doing that, maybe have someone step in and help you with that kid and take care of whatever you need to take care of so that you don't have that reaction. No judgment, but heal and do what you need to do so you don't have that reaction. But I think the majority of us would kind of smile and think that was cute. Oh, how cute, right? They used a K. They didn't use a C. Oh, they were close though, right? Because K makes the K sound, right? You understand how that happened. You don't judge the child. You don't get angry at the child because you understand the child is still learning, right? And you are a child of God. You're a child of the universe. You're still learning. So you have to have that compassion and even humor, a little bit of humor towards yourself and towards your process. So as the Six of Cups energy comes in, you know, resist the temptation of blaming yourself or looking back over your shoulder in that woulda, shoulda, coulda. You did the best you can. End of story. Right? Now you know better because of experience. Hindsight is 20/20, as they say. So try not to fall into the trap of beating yourself up or judging yourself too harshly. Okay? We're going to see what your spirit message is here for the week. We're going to use this deck here. This deck was created by an artist for messages for boosting creativity. So if you've been working on creative projects or you've been doing creative things or wanting to be more creative on your path to healing, this can be very helpful. If you don't care a lick about creativity, then we can just see this message about creating new energy in your life for flow, for movement, for manifesting. So let's see what is coming up here for you guys. And I encourage you to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which you can click on the Calendly link to schedule a private reading with me there. So as always, guys, I encourage you to look at the pictures on the cards and see what's jumping out at you, how it speaks to you. As I'm looking into this card, I see a lot of sense of like opulence, of like wealth, of like royalty, right? Even like there's like a golden peacock here. This butterfly is very beautifully decorated, very beautiful colors, very ornate. This very fancy little dwelling here looks like it's got a lot of gold and decorations and pillars and all kinds of fancy materials here that it's been built with. So I do feel a lot of you are focused on not just manifesting abundance, but security, stable, like home, like a sense of home in your life, okay? And a sense of wealth, like you're feeling like, you know, I work really hard and I deserve to have more material things in my life. Now, some of you might be struggling with that because we had so many messages here about spirituality, but please understand that you can manifest wealth and still be a spiritual person. You do not have to exclude these things from each other, okay? But there's definitely just this sense of abundance or this sense of attracting beautiful things in your life. That's the feeling I'm getting here from this card. The message here is reflection. We talked about reflection with the Six of Cups. Time to focus, balance, reflect, and guide yourself past stumbling blocks to take the right actions. So you got to leave the past in the past. Reflect on what you learned. Reflect on what it taught you. Reflect on how you would deal with that situation in present time if it were to come up now. But, you know, get past those stumbling blocks. Get past the woulda, shoulda, coulda. What did you learn? Perfect. That's all that spirit or universe asks of you. And then that way you're able to take the right actions and be able to move forward to creating this stable, happy, comfortable life for yourself, because you deserve to have it, my dears, okay? If you would like a private reading, you can click on the Calendly link and schedule a private reading with me there. If you want more astrology-based readings, because I do card readings and intuition, I had an astrologer reach out to me. I was very impressed with their service and with their work. They offered to sponsor the channel by offering you guys 30% off if you use the discount code. You can use it as many times as you want, as many astrology reports as you want. I'm not an astrologer. And you can check out the website if you're not feeling it, if you want to use a different astrologer or find some other astrology platform, that's fine. But I really was very impressed with their service. And you guys know me, I've been doing these videos almost 2 years, and I've never ever had accepted a sponsorship or, you know, put a word out for anybody's business. But I was impressed with the service. So that's available if you want more astrology based stuff. If you want a private reading, if you want a card reading from me, you want me to use my intuition and my cards, you can schedule with me through Calendly. Don't forget, guys, there's love videos, there's channeled angel messages linked in the description that you can check out for April. And hopefully the May videos will be up soon if I can get this camera figured out in the next, hopefully, few hours. I can start popping out, get caught up on the private readings and start popping out the channeled angel messages and the love videos for May. And if you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell, you'll get a notice when those are posted. I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I am wishing you all a fabulous week. Take care.